Hello everyone. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday in 2021, and I hope you're all having a Happy New Year in 2022. In this video I will show you all of the train-related items that I got for Christmas of 2021, and stay tuned because at the end of the video I will reveal the mystery diesel locomotive that I got for Christmas of 2021. So please hang in there and please don't fast forward or skip ahead in this video. We'll see everything and then we'll get to the diesel locomotive at the end. So the first item that we're looking at here that I got for Christmas of 2021 is this mug. As you can see right here, it's of a New York, New Haven, and Hartford Alco PA. The number 0778 was the number given to one of the PA locomotives on the New Haven. And as you can see, the curvy shape of the locomotive really works well here on this mug. Very nice looking mug right there. To me, it's more than just a mug. It's actually a piece of artwork to me. I really like it for that. And it looks very nice. It really goes well, too, with the PA is a very curvy looking locomotive, at least the front of it, where it has this nice curve to it, and it goes well here on a mug, as you can see. So, very nice mug. I'm glad I have it. So the next item that I got for Christmas of 2021 is, let's move this over to the side. It's this DVD from Pentrex called Empire Builders to Milwaukee, and here's the front side of it. The back side of it is right here, and back to the front. So this is a DVD made by Pentrex of footage from Wisconsin in the 1970s, and the footage is in color with synchronized recorded sound, which is fantastic for its time, and the quality of the footage and the quality of the sound are also fantastic for their time. So what happened was, in the 1970s, when Amtrak was formed in 1971, they rerouted the train the Empire Builder, because before Amtrak was formed, the Empire Builder was a train that went from Chicago to Seattle. And for the part between Chicago and Minnesota's Twin Cities, it went by way of La Crosse, Wisconsin, over the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy. But when Amtrak was formed in 1971, they rerouted the Chicago to Twin Cities part of the Empire Builder's run by having it traverse over the Milwaukee road line between those two cities by way of Milwaukee, hence the title Empire Builders to Milwaukee. So in this production by Pentrex, you'll get to see some of the first runs of Amtrak's Empire Builder in Wisconsin on its new route. And this was also back in the Rainbow era, back when Amtrak didn't really have a paint scheme yet, and when they were using the rolling stock and locomotives from previous railroads that were still in their predecessor railroads' paint schemes. So you'll see a mixture of locomotives and passenger cars from different railroads in the same train. That was normal at the time because they didn't really have a uniform look then on Amtrak. And you also see passenger trains from the Chicago Northwestern and the Milwaukee Road. There's also some freight action shown as well with the trains from the Sioux Line and Milwaukee Road for freight. There's also some footage of a circus train pulled by some Chicago Northwestern diesel locomotives, and they also have some bonus footage here shown of some streamliners from the 1930s in action, and that footage is in black and white and does not have sound. And those trains that are shown in it would be the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy's Twin Cities Zephyr, as well as the Milwaukee Road's Hiawatha. Both of those trains are shown in this production in the bonus footage. They also have some bonus footage of a North Shore commuter train ride in the 1960s, running from Milwaukee to Chicago. And this DVD also has previews. One interesting thing about this DVD, though, from Pentrex this is the first time I've seen it from a Pentrex production, is that you can actually turn off the narration. So you can watch this with or without narration. It's entirely your choice. And without the narration, you can actually hear the sounds better from the actual recorded trains that are shown here. Because again, it was recorded with live sound. And again, also with the color footage as well for most of it. Again, the only part that's in black and white is the bonus footage of the 1930s streamliners, but everything else is in color, though. And also the North Shore commuter train ride and the 1930s footage is silent. So the bonus footage is silent. There's no sound to that, but the main feature presentation of the Empire Builders to Milwaukee production is in color with sound from the 1970s scenes that they show here. So, very nice DVD. There are also previews in it as well for other Pentrex productions. And it's a nice DVD to have in your railroading media collection, I would say. I'm very pleased with it. Pentrex did a great job here with this DVD as well. So we'll move on to the next item that I got for Christmas of 2021. Up next, I got this popcorn tin. And it comes with 3 kinds of popcorn, with butter, cheese, and caramel. And at this time, the butter is my favorite, the cheese is my second favorite, and the caramel is my least favorite for the popcorn. But as you can see, there is a steam locomotive painted onto this tin. And it's definitely a fictional locomotive. It looks like the combination of an American 440 American type at the front here, and on the side of it, it looks like a British tank engine to me. It says Santa's Express on it. And it's nice that you get a nice variety of popcorn with it. And of course, the great thing about a popcorn tin, though, is that after you're finished with the popcorn, you can use it for storage. So you can put other things inside of it to store when you don't need them, which is also great about these popcorn tins. I'll just turn it around again so you can see the full thing. Totally fictional looking locomotive, and the tender also doesn't really match, especially if it being a tank engine, doesn't really need a tender all that much in most cases. So now we'll move on to the next item that I got for Christmas of 2021. We'll take a look at that now. Up next, I got this ornament of a toy steam locomotive. It's very shiny and has some little jewels in it, it looks like. I also received this Lionel ornament from Hallmark. Actually comes separately here, the locomotive and tender. This is of the Lionel New York Central 221. This right here is a steam locomotive that's based on the New York Central Hudson, but is actually an Adriatic based on its wheel arrangement. It's a 264, as you can see here. The Hudsons on the New York Central and the Hudsons on any railroad are 464s. But Lionel, when they made this in 1946-47, right after World War II came to an end, they made it as a 264. And they just added the Dreyfus-style streamlining. And also the tender, as you can see here, is an oil tender, which is also inaccurate. But Hallmark actually did a really nice job recreating the model the way Lionel did it. Even though that Lionel had inaccuracies with it, Hallmark did a very nice job. So as you can see on the tender, it says New York Central. And on the locomotive, you can see that, it says Lionel on the front. So very nice piece right here. Glad I have that one as well. Oh, and also I got the passenger car as well. This is the 2631 observation car that Lionel made in the 40s. This is the Hallmark ornament of it. And this also was made around 1946, 1947. And this is based on the pre-war tooling, but was given the post-war trucks and couplers. Hallmark did a nice job with this ornament as well. And it looks well with the New York Central streamliner here. You can see the backside of the car here. And in the front. And Hallmark also did a nice job to make this car look accurate to the actual Lionel O-gauge model. And finally, the last ornaments I got that were train related for Christmas of 2021 is this miniature set that Hallmark made for 2021. This is of the Texas Special. Now, 3 years prior to when they made this set right here, they made a larger version of the same set. This is the Texas Special set, which consists of an F3, EMD F3 diesel locomotive, A unit, B unit, and the observation car Summit. The Texas Special was a real train that ran from St. Louis to San Antonio, Texas, from 1915 to 1959, and then from 1959 to 1965, that train ran from Kansas City to San Antonio. So it was a real train, and Lionel did make a model of this in the 50s. This is, for the A and B unit, this is the late 1955 version where they have the black trucks, just like the larger model that Hallmark made in 2018. One thing that Hallmark did, and I'm not sure why they did it, was they made the B unit larger than the A unit. I don't know why they did it that way. As you can see, the B unit is significantly larger than the A unit. Other than that, though, they do look accurate to the Lionel model from the 50s. And same thing with the observation car. The observation car looks very nice. One thing I noticed about the passenger car is that the smaller one does not have the silhouettes in the windows like the larger one did that Hallmark made in 2018. But other than that, though, it's a nice set that Hallmark made for their Lionel ornaments. So now we will move on to the model train section of this year's post-Christmas update video. So we'll take a look at that right now. Okay, so here we are in the model train section of this year's post-Christmas update video, and the first thing that we're looking at here is this Great Northern 40-foot boxcar made by Bachmann. This car has two purposes. Well, one, you can use it as a regular boxcar, but secondly, you can also use it as a track cleaning car. That's what this pad is on the bottom. There's a pad right here, and it has a piece of what I think might be felt on the bottom. And that piece of felt is what gets the grease, dust, and other debris off the track. And so that's why you can use this as a track cleaning car. It's actually one of the purposes of this car is that you can use it as a track cleaning car, and when you put it into a freight train, it's kind of disguised that way because then you don't have a very utilitarian looking car for track cleaning purposes. Instead, it looks like a regular freight car. I did check on the bottom. It looks like the pad is removable, so I could, if I wanted to, take the pad off and just use it as a regular 40-foot boxcar. Interesting thing about this particular car is that in the real world, this car actually survives. And it's been restored to its Great Northern Glacier green livery that is seen here. It's on display in Waite Park, Minnesota. And from what I could tell in the photos I've seen of the real car here, is that Bachmann did a very nice job recreating it. The only major difference I could find with Bachmann's model versus the car in the real world in its present state is that Bachmann added the catwalk on the roof. That's the only difference I could really find about it. Everything else looks the same as it does now in preservation. Of course, this is the way the car would have looked like in the 1960s when it was painted in its Great Northern Glacier green livery. So this is more of a 1960s look, and I don't know for the real car, the Great Northern Boxcar number 27429, if it's going to have its catwalk added to it again. I'm not sure about that, but the addition of the catwalk is what makes it look different from the way it looks currently in preservation. So this would make it more of an older look for the car. I believe the catwalk is detachable. I haven't really tried taking it off yet, but again, this car does look very accurate to the prototype, and it has the bonus feature of it being a track cleaning car. And I will say, for a track cleaning car, this car is very, very nice to use. It doesn't add a lot of rolling resistance, and it's easy for any locomotive to pull, and it does the job of cleaning the rails, which is really nice. And that's what you need a track cleaning car for. Because I've used other track cleaning cars before, and they just have a bit more rolling resistance to them. But this one is really good, though. It runs really smoothly with just about any locomotive you use. Something else I like about this car is that it actually has opening doors. I love that on all box cars, no matter what scale they're in, including HO. In fact, I'll show it to you right here, is that you can open up the door like that, and you can actually see some weights inside. This car has some extra weight in it because that's what you would need for a track cleaning car, so that way the pad has a firm grip on the rails, so that way it can pick up any debris. You can see that inside. You can see the interior right here, and you can slide the door open or closed. So there we go. So that's what I have to say about this car. Now I will show you the diesel locomotive, which I got for Christmas of 2021. I'll take a look at that right now. Here it is. This is the Norfolk Southern Jersey Central Heritage Unit by NYNH&H. This was made in their HO line, and it has the ProSound 3.0 electronics, and it basically has the same detail and the same sound set as all the other Norfolk Southern Heritage SD70 ACEs that I have in my collection already. The only difference is the paint scheme. And the reason why I specified by saying the Norfolk Southern Jersey Central Heritage Unit is because Norfolk Southern and the New Jersey Transit have at least one Heritage Unit each that is a Jersey Central Heritage Unit. So this is Norfolk Southern's version of it, which is an EMD SD70 ACE. So now I'll get it started up and run it for you right here on the layout. So we'll take a look at that now. So that concludes this year's post-Christmas update video. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned because for the next 12 months or so, I have some exciting videos planned that I'll be uploading onto my channel. So thank you very much for watching. Take care.